So number 2 on the DSM-5 diagnostic criteria for narcissistic personality disorder, coming to you from a recovering narcissist. I think it can be recovered from. If you don't think so, I don't care. That's just my experience. So 2 is preoccupied with fantasies of unlimited success, power, brilliance, beauty, ideal love, money. Yes, 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 yes. So this was super big. It started probably when I was, I'd say, a teenager, 16, 17 years old. I always felt, like when I was a little kid is when kind of this thing started with me. When I was in second, third grade, I started feeling like something was wrong with me. I was different than the other kids. Long story short, I turned that around and made it to be that I was unique, special. I just didn't belong here. I belonged somewhere else. There was something unique about me. Maybe it was bad here, but it was going to be good. There's something uniquely good about me that deserved to be somewhere else. And that didn't feel very good, though. Wrestling with that and did not feel very good. So when I became a teenager and discovered girls, that became extremely important to me, getting their admiration, their validation. When I discovered alcohol, what a brilliant combo. Alcohol made me kind of took down this bubble that I had around me that felt like different and made me able to communicate with others. And I still had that thing in my head that I'm unique, I'm special. That was still there, but I was able to kind of take down these walls and be more approachable and be more sociable and talk to more girls and get them to like me. And it was a blast at the time, so women and the alcohol led to so many highs that I think it fuels these dreams of grandiose power and success, brilliance, beauty, love, like just these little mini highs of drinking, of getting attention from women, of guys throwing their arm around me and thinking I'm cool. This whet my appetite. If it makes sense, this was having like one bite of ice cream. That just got me started. When I felt these feelings, it was a rush, and it quenched this deep hole, this like black hole of a person I was. You feel like I needed more. I felt like a nothing person. I felt empty. I didn't know who I was. I had no real identity. And so getting the attention from the women, getting the booze, wow, these things work. These things feel good. And then you see society and you see guys with these big time paying jobs and you see these supermodels, and you see riches and you see money and you see power and you see billionaires and you see this humongous world. And that's why social media, I think, has made this a generation of narcissists. It's going to keep getting worse. But you see all these things on TV and movies and you want it all. You want it all. You think, man, that would feel good. That would feel good. That would feel good. I'm so empty as a person. I need all these things. Can I have everything all at once, please? Can I just order it all? Can I order the whole fucking world at once? Crazy, huh? Now, granted, please keep in mind, this is many years ago. I've been in recovery now for 4 or 5 years plus. Living a great life today. I think I live a very humble life. I focus on humility. I follow the 12 steps. I think it's the only way to get out of living a narcissistic, horrible life. But yeah, I carried around these fantasies with me all the time. And I was basically just biding time until they could happen. Because I was convinced somehow I was going to win the lottery of life. I was going to meet the perfect person, the perfect place, the perfect circumstance, and everyone would realize how amazing I was and finally give me everything I ever wanted and finally respect me and bow down to me. And all the women in the world would just want me all at once and I could pick out one. And then I'd probably pick out more because I can't just settle for one. And I'd have all these billions of dollars. I'm entitled to it. Don't you see? I'm special. There's something special about me. If anyone else in the world can have it, why can't I have it right now? It's crazy to even describe this to you, right? But literally, this is how I felt. That's what goes through a person's head who has this. And then there's also maybe since there's an anger behind it, because if they don't have it, I don't care who you are, you can't have it all. I don't care who you are, how many billions, you can't have the whole world all at once. That's the depth of a narcissist black hole. It's a black hole. Nothing can escape it. There's no filling it. It's infinite until they have a psychic change, right? A spiritual experience, a psychic change like I've had through the 12 steps. But there's an anger because it can never be filled. And no matter what you do, sometimes I would get lucky and make a lot of money at something. And I had several beautiful women in my life and several great crazy nights of drinking and awesome stories and far-flung exotic trips. It was never enough. And it kind of freaked me out. It kind of had me living, there's a big fear in the back of my head. Will it ever be enough? What's wrong with me? Well, no, no, no. I can't let people see that. I'm strong. I'm better than you. I just got to try more. I need more. I need more. And the problem is, when you live this way, what happened to me, you treat people poorly, you succeed at hardly anything, you give up on everything, you feel entitled to everything, and your life, the circumstances around you can sometimes just keep getting worse. And so all these fantasies and grandeur delusions and daydreams became further and further from my grasp the longer I lived. And I was filled with more and more resentment and anger, and kind of started doing more and more crazy things to just try to come on, why can't this come true? Why can't I just fill this hole inside me? I need these, I need success. I need all these beautiful women and power, and I need people to recognize me. And it becomes an obsession that can never be fulfilled because you're a black hole of a person with no identity. You don't even know what you need or what you want. You just want more. You're just a taker of the whole world. And it's pretty screwed up, and it's pretty crazy. So my suggestion, how I found a way out of living this way, I think I'm blessed, and part of my story is I was an alcoholic. And I view that as a great blessing in my life because it woke me up to 12-step recovery. I needed to stop drinking. I thought that was my only problem. That was only a symptom of the problem. The problem was me and these feelings, these narcissistic feelings, these feelings of emptiness. I don't care where they came from. You can diagnose me however you want. Oh, it came from your parents. You're not this, you're ADHD, whatever. I don't care. I behaved this way. I needed a cure. It's not that complex. I needed a new way of living. 12-step recovery gave that to me. And I'd rather you not comment if you don't know enough about 12-step recovery, you haven't lived it yourself, or seen the powerful results it can have in other people. Because it's not just about putting drinks or drugs down. It's about teaches you how to live. Teaches you how to live a good life. I think everyone in the world should be in 12-step recovery for one thing or another, because it's the most amazing, fascinating thing there is, truly. Teaches you how to live a good life. Teaches you how to live in a constant state of surrender. You try to be grateful all the time. You try to say, all I have is 24 hours ahead. Thank you for my life. Love and kindness to all. Love and tolerance is my code. Keep me divorced of dishonesty, self-will, self-seeking, and fear. You say this through your head multiple times a day. And even if I embellish about something today, I feel guilty and I have to go fix it. Like, I live a completely different life today. And it's thanks to 12-step recovery. I'm going to keep spreading this message in all my videos because I feel like no one believes me, and that's okay. But that's where I come from, guys. So I want to explain to you a little bit about what those fantasies are all about. Again, I think I explained pretty well, but, you whet your appetite getting these little pleasures, and because you're such an empty person, they feel so good to quench that thirst that you thirst for more. It's a never-ending thirst, and you can never ever meet that thirst. And some people sadly go through their whole lives like this, and I know you probably know many of them. I am so thankful that I was an alcoholic because it alerted me and woke me up to 12-step recovery, forced me to get sober from alcohol, and then forced me to have emotional bottoms when I kept screwing up my life without alcohol, to realize that I was the problem. My way of thinking was the problem. So came from my drinking, stayed from my thinking. Recovery joke. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Thanks so much. Have an amazing night.